Hi there guys, in today's video we're going to be looking at how to deactivate InkRIP, both the in-program and the manual one. But before that, let's have a quick intro first. So today's video can be found on softwaretraining.co.za. We make short and easy to watch problem solving videos, and we also have daily updates. Now if we head into the program here, so now a few reasons why you would want to deactivate. Let's say your main reason will be, let's say you want to move your software to another computer, then you would first have to deactivate it on your current one and then reactivate it on the next one. So then that's probably your primary reason. Now you get, like I mentioned, two different types of deactivation. So you get the more automatic one and the manual one. The automatic one is very handy because you can do it as many times as you want. So you can deactivate, reactivate, deactivate, reactivate, so forth. With the manual, you are limited. As a lifetime limitation. But yeah, we're first going to be looking at the automatic one. But just a few things to keep in mind about it before we head into it. And that is, for instance, number one thing is you're going to need an internet connection. You unfortunately cannot do this in offline mode. So you'll have to make sure the computer that you're on is connected to the internet. And then another thing that's good to keep in mind, let's say you've actually deleted your program and then now you want to reactivate it. Then how you can simply go about it is you just re-download a fresh version of it, install it, and then deactivate it. So you will need a program active in order to deactivate it. So you can't do it if you've removed the program. Then also another thing that's handy is you've got, like I mentioned, unlimited amount of deactivation and activations, which is very handy. Some programs limit you, but this one with the automatic one, you have unlimited. Now in order to deactivate, you're going to find it under the same menu you did for your activation, which will be under the top here next to the minimize. Let me zoom out a little bit there. Then if you go down, you go activate InkRIP. I'm just going to block out my serial number in that. We don't want to give you guys a free version here. You're going to go there, go activate, and then you'll see over here we have a few things. We've got the key ID, product, and activation code. And then underneath this, we have the unbind. So this is what you're going to be using to unbind it or deactivate it. And so it's pretty much the same method you took to activate it. It's just to deactivate it. And the next computer or whatever, you're going to go put in your code and activate again. So it's pretty straightforward. So once again, so it's under the top menu there. You go activate, then you just go unbind, and that will unbind the actual activation process for you. Now, when it comes to the manual deactivation, this gets a little bit more tricky. It's very important to understand that you only have two manual deactivations you can do in the lifetime of the program, which means if you exceed it, you're going to unfortunately have to buy a new version or a new serial key for the program. Now, to actually follow or find the exact steps on doing it, you're going to have to go to softwaretraining.co.za. Let me zoom in here for you guys so you can see nicely. And then you can see it's softwaretraining.co.za/deactivate. Now this is going to cover a few different softwares, but the general process is similar. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go right to the bottom where we can see contact us for manual deactivation. So yeah, this actual process is going to be slightly more tricky. There's a few things to keep in mind. Like for instance, you will have to have your software ID and activation code in order for this to work. If you only have one, then it becomes very tricky for them and they normally don't do it. Then you have to have also the emails you're going to send it to. For instance, if you know which email you bought it off, then you're going to be sending it to deactivate@am.co.za. If you're not sure which email it was, then you have to go to this lost@am.co.za. So that is also an important note. And then the other thing is all this information you're going to have to send them. So this is quite important. So you can see there's some, it's a lot of stuff. So it's your name, your contact number, email address, is the one you bought it off, your software ID, software version, software activation code, machine used for, machine barcode, what, it's like it just carries on, like even your OS details and stuff like that. So what I would recommend is from the beginning, after you've installed it. I know it's a little bit tedious because you just want to get going, but what you do is write down all this information of your current system you're running, maybe in an email, and then you give it a nice title where it's something in this line of the software's name and then deactivation or something like that. So in future, if you're ever looking for it, you can find it even if your computer crashed, because this information is very hard to get. If your computer, let's say your computer got stolen and you want to deactivate it or it broke, then this information is hard to get. So get this while it's still running and while everything is fresh. At least that's what I would recommend. Then also a few things to keep in mind. They can't guarantee the outcome of this because obviously they have to talk to the developers and have it deactivated. So it's still like the more information you can provide them, the bigger your chances of them manually deactivating it. And then also the turnaround time, it's about 3 working days. So keep that in mind as well. So if you're working with a deadline, you might have to wait a bit. Luckily, the program's not that expensive. I mean, it's still pricey. You wouldn't want to just have to rebuy it. So I would say leave this for last resort, but definitely capture this data if you can. It's not the end of the world if you don't, but it definitely is going to make your life easier on a later stage. But yeah, so otherwise that is it on deactivation. So once again, the easy way is in the program. You just go in the menu and you go to activate. Very simple. So if you're not sure how things are looking and you have to deactivate, rather do that method. And then last resort, manual deactivation, we're gonna have to email them with all this information, and then wait a few days for them to deactivate it. But yeah, otherwise that is it on deactivation. If we head here to softwaretraining.co.za, you guys will notice we've got a variety of different softwares we do cover, and you can also isolate your search on the top right. If you do not, however, find the training videos you're looking for, just simply go here, request a training video, fill in the mini form, and then we'll do our best to try and make that for you. But otherwise, thanks guys for watching, and cheers.